Howdy you lot, how you all doing? Right, so we've got this, remember I said to you about this before, this little Kyosho car. I was going to try and dig out all the magazines and everything for it, because it comes with a magazine. It was a magazine thing back in, I don't know what it was, 2005, maybe, 2006, something like that. And you buy the magazines week by week, and you get a little part each time, and you gradually build the kit. This was a kit that I built screw by screw. Literally, some magazines you'd literally get one screw. My dad bought it for me, and he paid for the lot. It must have come to an absolute fortune. I think it was about 500 quid in total. So yeah, this got massive sentimental value to me. You wouldn't think of it by the state of it, but it's been sat on. I've always been afraid to use it because of that. I was afraid to use it, and I only used it a few times. I ran it in and I tuned it on the street, and then I never used it again. For some reason, I took the wheels off it. I don't know why. But yeah, so let's see if we can at least get it to run, and then we'll look into the rest of it another day. Right, do you like this sort of angle, by the way? Because this is a taller tripod, and I used to use a shorter tripod, so you got a bit more of a slope, like a bit more of a lower angle. But this is the lowest I can get it to go now. I don't like it personally, but you're the ones watching the videos, not me. So you tell me, do you like this angle or not? I'd have to buy another tripod. The reason I started using this tripod is because the other one broke. Everything seems to break with me for some reason. Anyway, so yeah, this old thing is, oh man, it's a shame. It's a bit of gel in there, not a lot, just a bit, you know. It's not major. That will soon wash out once we get it running. It is quite stiff. Oh, that's better. There we're going. Lovely. Alright, that's better. So what we got in here then? We got yeah, only 8. We've got AM radio gear in here. No crystal. None of it's plugged in. The battery box is gone. I dare say over the years I've borrowed bits off of it and never put them back, unfortunately. But I want to get this properly going. I did have the shell somewhere. I don't know where it's gone. I never painted it. It was just a clear shell, because I'm no good at painting. And nobody wanted to paint it for me. At the time I had a little group of friends doing RC drifting and stuff like that, and nobody wanted to paint me a shell, so I left it clear because I'm no good at it. So yeah, oh, I just realised the exhaust manifold, the exhaust's hanging off. Why is the exhaust hanging off? Look at that. I've only just realised that. Well, we're going to have to try and screw that back on, aren't we? Right, so we've got 3 screws holding on the engine, so let's undo those, and we should better get the engine out, and then we can hopefully get that exhaust done up. Well, we could start it without the exhaust. It would start. It wouldn't necessarily run very long. It wouldn't run very long at all, actually. We could start it. I don't know why that would be hanging off of there, really, to be honest. That's a bit strange. Anyway, now we can, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Now we can get to these screws, and we should be able to do them up. I honestly have no idea why I would have undone them. Hopefully they're not stripped out. No, doesn't look like they are. They wouldn't have worked their way out over the years, would they? Going through hot and cold. It's been outside in the elements. You know, it hasn't been in a heated room or nothing like that. But that is very strange. Why that would be like that, I don't know. But anyway, now they're done up. So let's put these engine screws back in. Now I used it a few times out on the street, but I was always afraid to use it properly in case it broke. You know, it's it's got quite a lot of well, I was just afraid of it breaking, to be honest. So the plan that I've got is to clean this up, make it so it's actually usable, and just get it out every now and again, you know, give it a bit of a blast every now and again and keep it sort of going, because it's got to be, if we're thinking 2005, it's about 18 years old now, this little car. 2005, 2006, it must have been around there somewhere, because I was still in school, so it must have been around that sort of era anyway. Yeah, look, there's a lot of dirt, dust, hairs from various animals, probably mice and whatnot else. The air filter foam is pretty much non-existent. This is what happens to foams. When I was trying to explain to you the other day, that's what happens to air filter foam if it gets too old. And you try and start up your engine and it will just suck all that in, and then you'll have a bit of a problem. So the carburetor is, well, I thought it was stuck then, but it's not. It's fully working now. So we're going to have to get the heat gun on this one, I think, because I don't think, well, we might be alright. And I say might, we might be alright. It might run. I won't get the heat gun on it straight away. We'll let a little, we'll give it a chance. We'll get a bit of 25% HPI fuel. Also, I don't know, I know this is a Kyosho, but I don't know what model these are. I mean, the shell was a Vauxhall Astra, but I don't know what model the actual car is. I never really thought about it before. But I know it's a Kyosho. I dare say if I go and get the magazines out, I was going to get them all out to show you, but I dare say if I go and get them out, it would say what model. So let's see how much gel comes out of these, shall we? If the pipes are any good anymore, these. Well, something's not quite right there. Blimey. That's because I'm blowing down the wrong end. Right, who spotted that? There'll be some of you that spotted that. And we're thinking to yourself, why is he blowing down that end of the pipe? He should be blowing down that end. I was blowing down the exhaust. Right, let's try that again, and we'll see how much gel comes out of there. Looks like wee, doesn't it? Looks like it's done a wee. And I wonder why my bench top is no good. Alright, that looks like that's pretty much, I'd say that was pretty much cleaned out now. So let's put that little pipe back on that carb. Now that I've sprayed old nitro fuel everywhere, let's put a bit more fuel in here. A dribble. Oh, quite a big dribble. Well, that's not going anywhere, is it? There we go. Alright, let's suck that in there. Good. And see if we can get it to fire up. Better close that throttle. Don't want any zippity zappity in, do we? I've already primed it, but a bit more. She's not priming. We'll see what happens. It's a bit cock-handed the way they set this up, isn't it, really? Oh! Yeah, a little bit, I prefer it that way, really, to be honest. Yeah, I think I do. When that catches on that, it lifts it right up. Right, I'm going to have to get the heat gun on it. We'll get a bit of heat in it. And, God, bloody hell. Get a bit of heat in it. Like I say, my engine heat is, I don't know, I'll have to have a look at it. But we'll use the heat gun. It'll be better. A bit more heat in it that way as well. Right, shall we see what that does? Is it any easier to... Oh, yeah, it's a lot easier to pull over now. Still won't prime. Let's stick that on the exhaust just in case it does decide it wants to push through. I suspect that the carb's a little bit sort of gummed up, as they say, you know. Anyway, here we go. Let's check, see if we've got any glowage on the glow plug, because we might not have any. There's a very good chance that we haven't got any actually. Look at that. That plug is not, well, it doesn't look the best, but holy shoot, I reckon that might be working, because that's a bit warm, but I might just be aware of yeah, it's working, not right to the end, but it is working. See that? Not right to the end, but it is working. It might not be enough. We'll keep trying with it and see. But if that's not enough, I think my spare glow plug that I keep in the toolbox will work, well, it will work perfectly fine with it. Oh, had a little bit then, did you hear that? Didn't like that when you take it out, did it? That's because that's come off of there and it's not getting any fuel. Let's see if we can, that was running on literally what was in the crank from when I poured it in the carb. Now, a little trick It's not the best little trick, but it's something that I do, and it might be one of those cases where you do as I say and not as I do, I don't know. But if you take a bit of pipe, put it on the carb, you might better suck it and blow it, and that way you get the gel out. Oh, a bit of a leakage there. Holy cow, man. A little bit of a leak. A little bit of pipe gone. Alright, let's see. A little bit of air. There weren't a lot of pressure there. Right. If that fails, get the old brake cleaner. It's got a bit of that up in there. That might dissolve it. Let's turn the oil compressor on. Should be enough pressure now. Might better blow it through. Let's see what we got. She's not having it, is she? Got some that time. We're getting it, we're working it out. Right, I'll have to take the needle off. Right. I'll take the needle off, take the jet out, and give it a proper clean out. But I'm running out of time for this evening now, so I'm literally now I'm just sort of going to do what I can. But we know that it runs, so I'm going to put a little bit more fuel down in that carb so we can hear it running. It needs new fuel pipe, that does, because this is no good. This fuel pipe's no good at all. It's not long enough. Needs a new bit. I'll have to see if I can buy some more fuel pipe. No, that's bloody not long enough. It's shrunken. I don't know what happened to that other bit was. Or another bit I must have put somewhere. But for the love of... Right, that can go on there, that can go on there. Right, Got it on both sides. Let's get that. Let's see what happens. Oh, I've got to put a little bit more fuel in, haven't I? Here we go. What are we going to get? I'll go this way around. It's better. Oh man, that's a shame, isn't it? I think it's the connection on the glow plug actually. I think that's what it is. Floods it too much when you do that, doesn't it? Well, I'm run out of time. Bloody 9:10. But yeah, there we go. The Kyosho, whatever this is, GS, I don't know. A lot of you lot will know what this is, and a lot of you lot may have even got the magazines and built this exact car yourself. If that's the case, stick it in the comments, and I love reading them as always. But I'm off for this evening. Thanks for watching, appreciate every single one of you. Next video of this little car, I'll clean it all off, put some new fuel pipe on it, take the needle out the carb, probably take the whole carb off, take the needle out, blow it all out, clean it all out, so there's no more gel in there, so that actually works. And then we'll see about getting the wheels on it, because I've got them somewhere, the proper wheels that come with it. I've seen them, they are about, and we'll see if I can get the radio gear working. That'd be simple, put a crystal in it, find an old transmitter, I've got loads of them, same crystal, Bob's your uncle, and hopefully we'll have a little drive around. So there was something that happened to it. It's either the front or the rear diff. I think it was the rear diff. Something happened to it, and it was, I remember now. It was the rear diff, something happened, and it became front wheel drive only. Yes, it's all coming back to me now. That's why I didn't use it anymore. That's it, because I was out on the road, out on the street, zipping around, being very, very careful, as I said. And it never used to look like this. It might be hard for you to imagine it being clean, but it was, this dirt and dust is mainly just it sitting around. And yeah, something happened and it became front wheel drive only, and I can remember it struggling, you know what front wheel drive only cars are like, wouldn't do nothing. And I remember being a bit gutted about it, but I couldn't be bothered at the same time to take apart the rear diff to find out what the problem was. Bearing in mind, I was about, how old was I? I was in school in the last couple of years, so I was about 15 or 16 years old, something like that, 14, 15, 16 years old. Many other things on my mind other than taking a diff apart. BMXing I used to do, motocross I used to do, loads of stuff, you know. Yeah, so anyway, catch you lot later on. Ciao for now, you lot.